Whatever today's date is, go back 12 months, anything a viewer has watched on your channel that is publicly available counts as watch time. Folks, all I need from you is a number, and that is how many hours you've earned on your channel in the pursuit of 4,000 hours of watch time to monetize your YouTube channel. Let us know in the comments below, and if you don't already know how to do this, I'm going to show you in this video. Hello, I'm Rob, welcome back to vidIQ, and yeah, a lot of the questions we often get on our channel are, how do I get 4,000 hours of watch time? And we're going to answer some of those right now. For example, what does it mean by 4,000 hours of watch time in the last 12 months? And I can't put it simpler than this. Whatever today's date is, go back 12 months, anything a viewer has watched on your channel that is publicly available counts as watch time. Also, it doesn't matter when the video was published. For example, you could have published a video over 10 years ago, but if somebody watches that video last week, that watch time counts towards your 4,000 hours. Also, the good news is this requirement does not reset. For example, if you started your YouTube channel exactly 1 year ago and you got 3,400 hours of watch time, it doesn't reset to zero and you have to start all over again. It is simply the last 12 months of watch time on your channel. Hopefully when I put it like this, it sounds relatively straightforward. And it is, with a few exceptions that we'll get onto in a second. But right now, I want to show you exactly where you can get this information in the YouTube studio. So from any YouTube page, you should be able to click on your channel icon in the top right hand corner, and you'll have a couple of options here. The one you want to choose is the YouTube studio. This takes you to the dashboard of the YouTube studio, and down the left hand navigation bar, you will see an option called monetization. Although you're not yet monetized, it will show you the requirements you need and your progress so far. Of course, another requirement for monetization is 1,000 subscribers, and that's relatively straightforward because you just need 1,000 subscribers and you have as much time as you need to get those 1,000 subscribers. But on the right hand side, you will see your public watch time hours. But before we talk about public watch time hours, I just want to show you this cool free little tool that you get when you download vidIQ that's going to help you with your monetization requirements. This number in amber shows you the same number on the monetization screen of the YouTube studio, showing us that we have 448 hours of watch time. If you roll your mouse over this number, it will show you a breakdown of that watch time in the graph below, along with this tooltip just explaining what the requirements for monetization are. In this example, the channel is around about 6 months old, and as you can see, it's likely not going to hit 4,000 hours of watch time, but we'll talk about why that is a little later. When you hit 4,000 hours of watch time, this number turns green, and when you exceed 5,000 hours of watch time, it disappears completely because you don't need it anymore. Now, the real cool thing about this feature is that not only does it show you watch time, it shows you many other channel analytics. And it works on pretty much every single YouTube page. So even while you're watching content, you can see how your channel is performing. We call this the real-time stats bar, and it continues to be my favorite vidIQ tool. And as a reminder, this isn't a sales pitch. It is completely free when you download vidIQ. Now then, it would be absolutely wonderful if everything you published on YouTube counted towards your watch time for monetization. But that simply isn't the case. So let's dig into the details. YouTube has a monetization support page that I'll leave a link to in the description just below the like button, and it does cover public watch time hours. It simply states valid public watch hours as watch hours gained from videos you set to public. So with that being said, what's not included within the scope of public watch hours? Any video that is currently unlisted, any video that is currently private, any videos you have deleted. None of the watch time from any of those videos will count towards monetization requirements. And to be clear on this as well, if the video was previously public, but you set it to unlisted or private, none of the watch time will count. The video has to be public for that watch time to count. Now then, let's take a look at this video. All seems good here, over 4,000 hours of watch time. The problem is almost none of it's going to count because it's watch time that's been bought and paid for. That's right, you can't cheat the system with YouTube ad campaigns. This is all tracked as a traffic source in the analytics, and none of it counts towards monetization requirements. Also, even if you were able to cheat the system in this way, there's no point in doing it, because once you are monetized, nobody's going to watch your content because you haven't actually built up an audience. Unless, of course, you want to pay for adverts to be put on your videos, of which YouTube will take a 45% cut, leaving you with 55% of what you just paid for to put an advert on your video. Doesn't really make any sense, does it? And I don't think that's even technically possible. All right then, let's move on to the different video formats, starting with short form content. YouTube stories do not count towards watch time. YouTube shorts, that's a little bit more tricky to explain. It all depends on how the video is viewed. Take this as an example. I'm going to watch this content through the video tab on a channel page on the YouTube mobile app. The video is played within the normal YouTube player app, and this would be classed as watch time that does count towards monetization requirements. However, because this video is less than 60 seconds and is in vertical video format, it is eligible to be a YouTube short. So if I watch that same video from the short shelf, it's played through the YouTube Shorts player and the watch time doesn't count towards monetization. What this leads to is a bizarre situation where your YouTube channel analytics say you have a certain amount of watch time hours, while your monetization screen says you have a completely different number of watch time hours for monetization requirements. And unfortunately, the more views you get from YouTube Shorts, the worse this situation becomes. We've got an extreme example of this where one channel got tens of millions of views and didn't even reach monetization requirements. Definitely worth checking out. To make this situation even worse, if you are monetized, you can't actually earn any revenue from YouTube Shorts views. Again, just those views that come from the regular YouTube player. Now, there is some good news on all of this. YouTube do plan to monetize Shorts in the future. So if you are going to mainly be a YouTube Shorts creator, for now, I would just forget about monetization. It's a mess. The current YouTube Partner Program is not going to work for you. So focus on organically growing your YouTube Shorts channel to its maximum potential so that when YouTube does monetize Shorts, you can benefit. And finally, any live stream not converted into video on demand content will not count towards public watch time. What does that actually mean? So I actually had a little back and forth with Team YouTube on Twitter to get the answer to this. And now I think I understand what it means, but I'm still not 100% sure. Basically, none of the watch time from the live stream will count until that live stream has converted into video on demand. So let's say, for example, you get 250 watch time hours from the live stream and then another 50 hours from the video on demand portion of the live stream, then that's all going to count, but you need to leave that live stream / video on demand live stream public. Yeah, that still sounds really confusing. I think the reason for this is because if you have a live stream that's longer than 12 hours, then it doesn't turn into a video on demand because YouTube will just eternally try to process it. Or at least that's what's happened in the past. And also maybe it's to prevent some people trying to game live streams by having them run forever and ever and have maybe bots watching them. There must be some reason why YouTube have included this in the public watch hours. If this is true, then technically speaking, the monumental watch time from all of those 24/7 music live streams would never count towards watch time requirements. So I still feel YouTube could do a better job at clarifying watch time from live streams. That's how to get 4,000 hours of watch time on your YouTube channel. Technically speaking, if you want to learn more about how to grow your channel and what content to make to reach that requirement, then check out the video over here. If you have any questions about 4,000 hours of watch time, then join us on our Wednesday webinar where we'll show you a vidIQ tool and then we'll spend over an hour answering all of your questions. Thank you very much for watching and enjoy the rest of your video making day.